What's good, Illini Nation? It's your man in the middle, Deon Thomas, bringing you absolutely nothing but the best. And how can I say it? This offseason has been strange for the University of Illinois. There's been a lot of changes around here. We've had a couple of coaches leave us and go to not UK, KU, but they went on to Kentucky. They ain't here no more. But we had some great things come our way. And one of them is sitting here with us tonight. It's the big man from Kissimmee, Florida, Omar Payne. He was the number 46 player in high school, coming out of high school. He was the number 12 center, as they call it. I don't know what's a center like today. I played center, and we're about the same size. So I guess it's still a little bit of the same. But no, the big fella's sitting here tonight, man. Omar, I appreciate you joining me, man, on the show. How you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing pretty good. Just relaxing, working out, staying productive at home.
I heard that. You say, so let me ask this question first and foremost before we get going. Are you guys done with your finals yet down in Florida?
Yes, I finished about like 2.5 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. So you've been spending, I'm going to assume, a lot of time getting your workout on there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So if you had to, let me ask this question so Illini Nation will see it first. What is Illinois getting in Omar Payne?
I mean, just for me, just a hard-working stud, I think. Just somebody who come in every day willing to work, just show pride in the game, and just a defensive player.
Well, I tell you this, you nailed something right on the head, real. Now, I don't know if you've heard the motto for the University of Illinois, but I'm sure they said Brad's motto or Coach Underwood's motto is everyday guys. So you nailed it smack dead on the head in your first try. You know, everyday guy that's going to come in and put in the grind. So 46 in high school, all right? What is that thing that you feel you need? Well, let's start off with this. 46 in high school. Tell me a little bit about your high school career, because Illini Nation won't really know, because it's not, you know, they're not as astute on Florida basketball as they are here in the Midwest. Tell me a little bit about Omar's high school years.
My first 3 years, I spent it at a high school close to me called Osceola High School. After my junior year, I decided to transfer to Mount Vernon because I feel like it was the best opportunity for me just to get more exposure. And just Kevin Boyle being there, he produced a lot of just great players, NBA talent, produced a lot of players for college at the college level. So I decided to go there because I feel like it was the best place for me to prepare for college.
So, yeah, I know Coach Boyle. I know him personally, as a matter of fact. You know, we both old folks. But you are exactly right. He has done amazing things with a lot of players over the years. And so when Omar Payne walked into his gym and said, hey, this is where I'm coming, what was one of the things that you were hoping to work on in high school that elevated your stock? I mean, because if you ended up playing at Florida or going to Florida, signing with Florida, you had to have done some things that really turned some heads. So what was it, the one thing that you felt at that time that you needed to work on, that you needed to show in order to land at a level like a Florida?
I think just every day playing against the top ranked players every day at practice, I feel like, I mean, they all going to D1 Division 1 level. So I feel like that was just like a good experience for me to do, just compete against them every day. That was going to make me better as a player and as an individual.
Oh, I heard that, man. And that's what it's about. See, a lot of young people today don't want that right there. When I was coming up and I was playing in Chicago, man, my older brother first kicked my butt. You'll learn about Marcus Liberty. You'll learn about Nick Anderson. You'll learn about some of the other great Illini that played in the Chicago Public League. And I can literally say I got my butt kicked on a daily basis. You know, I went to Simeon High School. I don't know if you know it, but you probably do. Where Jabari Parker, Derrick Rose, and all of those guys went. Of course, a lot after me. But it's a constant in turning out players, very much like what you saw at Mount Vernon. And so you take those poundings from those better players or guys that are equal to you, and it does nothing but make you get better, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And so, and as a real player, that's one of those things that you're always searching for. As you mentioned, you left Osceola, which I know Osceola High School. You left Osceola to go there so you can continue to get better and grow as a player. And evidently you did some things right. So you ended up at Florida. What led you to go to Florida, besides it being close to home?
For me being close on, it was my first offer. I feel like they recruited me the hardest. They came to every game. I feel like they knew my game the best. The coaches, when they recruited me hard, I built the best relationship with them actually. So, I mean, that played a major role in it. And then they were just in need for somebody my position. They was needing a need for somebody that played it like me. So I feel like that was the best option for me to go during that time.
Okay. And I know you probably went in there with really high expectations, and did those things, did they reach the expectations that you were expecting? I'm going to assume that they didn't, or maybe there's some other reason. I don't want to assume of why you entered the transfer portal. But during that time, I saw you started in 15 games, but you still played about 10 to 15 minutes a game. What was it that that you felt was lacking there that you entered the portal?
I mean, I just felt like I just needed a fresh start, something different. It was not too much that it was lacking. I just felt like as just player development wise, I probably just needed to go somewhere else test the waters and see like how it would go.
Okay, I understand that. Well, I'll tell you what you did do. As you stepped out of Osceola and went to Mount Verde, you had a step up in level.
Yes.
Now leaving the SEC, no knock on the SEC, but in my opinion, and I will say I'm a little biased. I'm a Big Ten dude. You're coming into what I believe as an analyst is the best conference in college basketball, where you're going to be tested every night. How does that feel to you? Again, it's another step for you that you like to. It seems that you like and understand that you need to do these things to get better. What's your thought process about leaving the SEC and coming to the Big Ten?
I mean, just be ready to work every day. Just get a good feel from it at practice and just working out with the guys on the team. Really just stay focused, humble, and just go through the process and just get a feel for everything.
Well, I can tell you this. I think you will, and I'm sure you probably had an opportunity to watch Illinois play this year.
Yeah.
If not, I don't think they would have been on your radar. But when I broadcasted Coach Underwood's first game, he asked me a question. And first the statement was, Deon, I'm going to ask you a question at the end of this game, and I want you to answer it for me. And I'm like, all right, Coach, cool, no problem. So after the game, Coach walks over to me. He said, wouldn't you have loved to have played for me? And my answer to him quickly was yes. And I say that because during my time, you had a position, and that was the position you played. I played for Lou Henson, who's the all-time leading in winners at both the University of Illinois and at New Mexico State. Great coach. But your job was your job. With Brad Underwood, one, he not only develops his players, but he also allows them to do things that, today it's normal. You got bigs that step out and shoot and put the ball on the floor and do these things. If you develop those skills, Brad Underwood will let you do those things. Was that one of the things that attracted you to Illinois, having been able to watch Illinois play and some of the things that they do?
Yes, that played a big part in it, but definitely too, just the point guard having Curbelo just on the team. I mean, Kissimmee is a highly Hispanic area, so just playing with a Puerto Rican point guard, I know that definitely they gonna pass the ball and make you look good. So,
I'm gonna tell you what I wrote down on my paper. I put OP and El Mago. El Mago is the magician, because that was definitely what I was going to ask you. When Andre Curbelo came on the scene, man, he opened the eyes for a lot of people. I coined the phrase and started calling him El Mago because it means the magician. Yeah. Some of the passes he was able to get off to Kofi after those pick and rolls were unfortunately, there was no one in the stands to actually see it and for everyone to go crazy. But it blew my mind basically every game when I watched him play. So from a big to a guard, my point guards were always my best friends. I took them everywhere I went. I did everything I went because those are the ones that get you to basketball. So give me your excitement level. You mentioned playing with them, but give me your excitement level about being able to play with somebody as exciting and that can get you the ball at the right place at the right time to finish like Andre Curbelo can.
I mean, words can't really describe. When you watch it on video, really, it's just amazing me. Like, just the stuff he do, and everybody talks about. Like when I committed to Illinois, like all my friends, everybody knows him, and he probably doesn't even know that everybody knows him. It's crazy. They didn't know him more than me. It's like they know everything about him.
Man, I'm telling you, go back and look at some of the clips. I know you've seen them because I was covering every game basically. And when I still see it, it blows my mind just how he does some of the things that he does. Let me tell you guys a little bit about our partners over at Bet Rivers Sportsbook. If you haven't signed up yet with Bet Rivers, now's the time. Bet Rivers Sportsbook is offering a $250 match bonus for your first deposit. But what sets them apart is that they require just one playthrough to turn your bonus into cash money. When you win at Bet Rivers Sportsbook, they pay fast. And now, it's even faster. With RushPay, instant approval for withdrawals. It's safe, it's secure, it's reliable. With March Madness right around the corner, there's never been a better time to give Bet Rivers Sportsbook a try. Go to betrivers.com today or download Bet Rivers iOS app. Must be 21 years or older. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. But this team isn't just Andre Curbelo. I mean, the great part about it is you're going to have a bunch of really good shooters and athletes around you that's really going to open up a lot of things for you, especially in that pick and roll game. Because I know, you can get up and down the court. You run like a deer. Great body, great athleticism. Now you get some space because you got a bunch of shooters around you. How does that feel to finally now be able to get in that position?
I mean, it definitely feels great. Spacing is the best thing you could probably get in basketball. That you do the most working. So like that, it definitely makes me feel good. I can't wait to get in and get the feel of the team and see how we're gonna make this work.
Well, I'm sure you're gonna be excited about it, man. Let me ask you this question. You mentioned the whys. The why with leaving Florida, needing a new start. The why with signing with Andre Curbelo signing with Illinois because of playing with Andre Curbelo and things like that. I want to take this back to more personal with you. I want to know, give me something and give the Illini Nation something about Omar Payne that they need to know that's outside of basketball. Give us something about it. Tell us who Omar Payne is.
I mean, that's a great question. I feel like, a lot of people, when they first meet me, they think I'm a quiet dude. But once I get to open up, most people say I'm a funny person. But you have to be the judge of that. So I really can't tell you. But really, I'm just a calm, cool, collective dude. I try to get the job done. I do exactly what the coach want me to do. I just try to do everything to a T.
All right, being coachable, being detail-oriented, being a hard worker, those are things that will endure you to the Illini fans. I don't know if you've had an opportunity to see our Orange Crush. Man, we got the best fans, and I'm not just saying this because I'm an Illini fan. Duke fans are great. Florida State fans are great.
Yeah.
I see Florida State fans when they're at the football games and but let's talk about this from a basketball standpoint. Wait till you're in Assembly Hall with 15,000 people and the Orange Crush losing their mind. There is absolutely nothing like it, I'm telling you, on the planet. Duke's not as big, so you got about 5,000 to 7,000. But when you got 15,000 people rocking and cheering for Omar Payne, especially after you throw one down on Michigan. Juwan Howard's my guy. Doing ever since high school, but you got to dunk on the big fella. We just gonna get him. So, Adam Fletcher, you coming in at 6'10", about 230, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you know who Adam Fletcher is?
Yes, I heard about him from my previous lifting coach. He says he's a good dude.
Mm-hmm. I call Adam Fletcher the mad scientist. And I call him the mad scientist because when I watch guys walk into the University of Illinois, whether they're freshmen or sophomores or transfers, their bodies immediately change. Immediately. This dude, I saw Kofi the first time. Kofi was pushing 300 pounds, looked a little soft. I came back to their practice in the summer about, say, a month and a half, 2 months later. saw Kofi walking around with his shirt off, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Omar Payne ready to get in there with Adam Fletcher.
Yeah, definitely. I love the weight room.
No, Adam's a great dude, man. I think you're gonna love him. And like when I was playing, we got to spend a ton of time with our strength and conditioning coaches. I'm sure you did down in at Florida. Great person. So your previous strength and conditioning coach was spot on. Great dude. You're gonna love him. But we be ready to get in there and work, man, because he'll get you to where you want to be.
Definitely, that sounds good.
As long as you put in that work. I mean, I'm giving him the stamp of approval because I've seen it with my own eyes. Shit, I even had him send me a workout for the summer.
Did you do it?
Oh, of course I did it. Come on, man. I can still dunk.
Okay.
I can't dunk like I used to now. It ain't no, reversing and putting that thing in there like that. It's just a, fingertip dunk. That's what happened when you get 50.
Oh, yeah.
So if you had to pick one thing in your game right now, Omar, what is it that you need to work on?
Just be an offensive threat. My overall offensive game. I think it just has to do with confidence. But I mean, I feel like the coaches will give you the confidence, and I feel like once the coach give me confidence, I'll just be a better player and just have more confidence in myself.
Well, I tell you, you're going to get that from Brad. You are going to get coached, so expect that. But one of the things I love about Coach Underwood, and he's a throwback to a time when I played. He's going to kick you in the butt, but he's going to hug you at the same time. So make sure you listen to him, man, and you take all you can from him, because he knows what he's talking about. And you've seen what can happen with the development for Kofi Coburn this year, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Change, big time changes. So let me ask this question. No one knows what's going to happen with Kofi right now. Can you see you two playing together if he comes back?
Yeah, I could.
Man, I think we would have the most dominant front court in the Big Ten. Nobody's getting to the rim with you two in there. Yeah. Nobody. Because now we got you blocking shots. Because I saw you. I know you did. They didn't play you a whole lot in Florida, but you averaged almost 2 block shots in 15 minutes. Bro, yeah. That's amazing. And that's coming from the dude with the picture up here on his wall that says all-time leader in block shots. So, I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah.
But that's something you work on? Is that just natural?
I mean, I feel like it was just natural for me, but I was always been a shot blocker since high school. So I just feel like over the years, I just got naturally better, just with tips and tricks, just learn from other people and just playing the game and just learn.
That's it. To me, I look at it there's two kind of shot blockers. There's guys that can block shots on defenders when they're defending them, and then there's weak side shot blockers, when they're coming over second help. Which one are you, or are you both?
I feel like I'm both, because I feel like with most things with shot blockers, they be afraid to get dunked on. I really don't care, because you don't have to. If you're a shot blocker, you don't have to get dunked on once or twice. But so if you just go for everything, you don't have to get a couple.
I like that idea, because you nailed it right on the head. Great shot blockers are not afraid to be dunked on. Yeah. And it's going to happen. That's just the nature of this game. So, a block shot with somebody trying to dunk it is a hell of a lot more impressive than when they dunk on you. More times than not. Anyway, let me say that. More times than not, unless you get that one that Miles Garrett dunked on my man from what was it, Biombo? Oh, yeah, that one was bad. That one was bad.
Couple of them this year.
Let me ask you this. You told me a little bit about you. Tell me about your family.
I stay with my mom. My mom's a single mom. She's from St. Martin.
From where?
From St. Martin.
Oh, okay.
I moved up from Miami when I was 8, so I've been living in Kissimmee. So I claim Kissimmee because that's where I really started playing basketball. So that's why I claim Kissimmee.
So it's just you and Mom, or do you have other siblings?
Yeah, I have a sister. She lives in Miami currently, but throughout high school she lived in Kissimmee. Oh,
so you the baby?
Yeah.
Well, I'm in the middle, and so if your sister was as tough on me as my brother was on me, she probably beat you up, put you in the headlock, got a little rough with you, made you tough, right?
Yeah, she definitely did.
So I want to bring up one thing, and this is, you turn on the TV, and let me first of all, I'm going to preface this by saying I come from an era when elbows were okay. I come from an era when if you go back and you look at the old Pistons and how they beat up Michael Jordan, that's the era I grew up playing in. Are you a physical player? Or do you like to get in there and bump and grind? And then I put it like this. Do you play Big Ten basketball? Because that's what I call it.
I mean, I got to do what I got to do to get the job done. I'm not a dirty player, but I mean, basketball is a physical game. So like stuff is going to happen. So, I mean, that's how I see it. But, nowadays how the game went, people the game is changing a little bit. So people, if something like that happens or anything like physical happens, people try to take it into a different picture instead of looking at it as basketball, physical game.
I agree with you 100%. I've seen that video multiple times. I didn't think it was dirty. Was definitely not trying to say that you were dirty in any way. But I believe that you're right. Basketball is a physical game. And there's going to be contact. There's going to be bumping and grinding. And I wish you could hear me on the radio sometimes with some of these newfangled rules that they call. I don't know if I could play today. When people cross the lane during my day, I'm chucking you. I'm hitting you. I'm bumping you because that's basketball. And, but the rules are what the rules are. Coach Underwood, and this is one of the things I always tell people that makes a great coach. When you learn how to adjust or change to fit the situation. When Coach Underwood first came to Illinois, it was all pressure, all, passing lanes, really just up in you type defense. He's kind of morphed that defense. I wouldn't call it a pack line defense, but it's a more disciplined style of defense. I don't expect you're going to pick up a lot of fouls because of the way his scheme is. Like Kofi didn't pick up a lot last year. And you said you're a defensive player. How good are you in pick and rolls? Because I can already tell you right now, you're going to get better under him. But how good is certain aspects? We know you're a shot blocker. How good are you in that pick and roll situation?
I mean, I think pick and roll is my burst of speed out of the pick. I mean, that's just my biggest advantage is my agility for my size. But I feel like on pick and roll, I'm almost as good as my shot blocking ability.
Nice. I love that. Then I might be looking at the defensive player of the year in the Big Ten, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I was never a defender, so I ain't gonna outside of shot blocking. I had Coach Henson tell me one time, he was like, "Hey, Deon, you need to be a better defender." I say, "Well, Coach, I'm leading the Big Ten in block shots." He said, "Well, hey, if you were a better defender, you wouldn't be blocking so many shots." But he would always. I played with other centers. That were mainly the defenders, and I was the scorer. But the ability to be able to do both, which I think you will develop into, will be key for you because I know you have aspirations of getting to that next level. Getting to that next level is a lot of work. Is Omar Payne ready to really put in that work?
Definitely. I mean, that's the only way to get there, right?
Oh, yes, it is. Go ahead.
You can't cheat the work.
No, you definitely can't. I like that. You mind if I borrow that?
Yeah.
You can't cheat the work. I like that. And I'm going to use that on air. And I will give you credit. I'm like, man, Omar told me you can't cheat the work because I like that because you're 100% right. It's going to come down to you, one, putting in the work with Coach Underwood, with Adam Fletcher, with the assistant coaches, two, scouting reports, learning them and understanding what guys do and what they can't do. So when you have them and you're able to see that and you're able to read from that, it definitely gives you an opportunity to be able to excel to get to that next level. So you're ready to put in the work. What if you had to choose one thing to get yourself ready defensively outside of the work? And this is the one thing because I ask these questions because I like to get people thinking. What's that one thing that you need to get going to make sure that you're solid defensively?
Probably just using my hands more. And like you said, scouting report, definitely just knowing what people dominant hand or just what their go-to moves is. So you can be ready, prepared for one day if this situation happens, you know what you're going to be able to do.
There you go, man. Homework. And then if you're putting in the court, if you're putting in the work in the gym and on the court, all those two things coming together makes you a whole heck of a lot better player. So if there's something that Omar Payne wanted to tell the Illini Nation, what would it be, Omar?
I mean, just going back to I feel like the first thing when you search on my name, you see the elbow situation. I feel like if you watch all the games I played, I'm not a dirty player. I just play the game to the way it's supposed to be played. But definitely, I'm just gonna come in and do what I'm supposed to do. Let's just be a great teammate, a great player, and a great person.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, man. I can't wait to meet you personally, face to face on campus. I can't wait to see you play. The little bit that I've been able to watch tape on you, I think you have a tremendous upside. And you're coming into a program that has done a really good job of developing guys. And we've been down for a little bit, and it normally takes, say, 5 years to turn a program around. Coach Underwood did it in 2. We should have been in the tournament last year, but of course, due to COVID, everything shut down. Yeah. And this year, of course, we did a great job, and we're developing and still moving forward. So I expect nothing but the best for you, young fella. I think you're going to, one, love and appreciate the University of Illinois. The fans are going to love and appreciate you, especially knowing we love hard workers.
Yes.
We love guys up here that come in and put it in and put in the work. And then the basketball family that you are now joining will appreciate how you represent us. And it sounds like you're ready to do that to the T.
Oh, yes, I am.
So, Omar, I'm not gonna hold you up, man. It's a day, and I know you got some things to do. You want to? I also saw. Let me ask you. Let me go back a little bit. I saw you're a gamer, huh? What you play?
I mean, I usually play Call of Duty, but I just play like a different variety of games. I like to try everything, really. But
okay.
since like I don't know, it's starting to fade away now. It's not the same no more. Like in high school.
Well, that's because you got other things to do.
Yeah,
but,
that's probably it is.
Well, I'm a little bit of a gamer myself.
Okay.
I play some Call of Duty. I'm more of the sports games myself. 2K, John Madden. Do a little FIFA. But you know what I tried, and I thought you were going to say this because you'll get up there, and I'm sure you had an opportunity to watch Trent Frazier play. Of course, he's down there from close to your area.
Yes.
Trent used to be, and I don't know if he still is, a big Fortnite guy. Are you a big Fortnite guy?
I stick to Call of Duty. Fortnite, too much.
I don't blame you, man. Fortnite is hard.
Yeah,
I just can't do it with the whole building and stuff and shooting people all at the same time. Doesn't work for me.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to meet Trent too, because I played him in a state semifinal game. We actually we beat him in the state semifinal game.
Oh, then you already one up them. There you go. Make sure you remind him of that too.
I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it to him.
No, let me tell you something. Trent Frazier is one of my favorite players. I mean, when he came up here for Florida, of course, we had the coaching change, and to see his loyalty to the program and to see, because he could have left afterwards, but he stayed here. And I think he was, other than Ayo Dosunmu and Kofi Coburn, was probably the most important player we had on that court. From a two-way player standpoint, I just love the kid, and I think you will too.
Yeah, he's definitely a good dude.
So
when we played him too, he had 30, so I'm not sleeping on him. I definitely know what he got.
Oh yeah, he got a torch, man. He can definitely light it up. Well, Omar, I appreciate you, big fella. You got all my information, man. Any questions you have, if you just want a word of how to get through and deal with and life in Champaign, I'm here. I'm here to answer any questions and be of any help that I can be, man. And I appreciate you coming on with me today.
Yes, sir. I appreciate being on the show.
All right, brother. So we're going to close out here, Illini Nation. We got my man OP, Omar Payne, joining us tonight. Want to thank you all for joining. Do not forget, you got to go on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Hit subscribe. Tell me what you think about the show. And before I sign off, got to thank my partners at Bet Rivers for joining me. If not for them, Champagne on Ice might not be possible. So to all the fans, make sure you follow on, as I mentioned, on Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And do not forget, follow the Field of 68 because they are the parent company that carries Champaign on Ice. Illini Nation, love, peace, and hair grease. Until next time, with my man Omar Payne, this is Deon Thomas. Swish, and we out.